Happy Friday, everyone. This is Christine Atkinson with Homebuyer Mortgage, and this is your weekend watch. So it was jobs week again, and while these reports don't carry quite as much weight as they used to due to a lot of revisions and misses, they're still important. So this week we got JOLTS job opening and labor turnover, which actually came in higher than expected. ADP, which came in as expected, and then the BLS jobs report, the big one today, which came in significantly above expectations. So a little mixed data there. That, along with not a lot of progress on opening the Strait of Hormuz and the Iran conflict, kept our benchmark rate steady at around 6.5%. Looking at the market, we're edging ever so closely to 12,000 in active listings. We had a really good, strong week of new listings, over 1,400. And then our under contracts has been really consistent, around 1,000, kind of give or take, given the week. So with that kind of steady activity, it is keeping our median days on market at around 17. Our own team had a really strong week of offers this week, and 90% of them were accepted, on average 1% below list price. The big thing in there was that we had almost 50% of those offers had seller concessions that were enough to cover temporary rate buy downs. So that's a really great benefit for buyers easing into a new house. And then kind of turning toward our topic for the day, I'd just like to highlight that there are some really lovely first-time home buyer benefits out there. Let me caveat, there is the distinction on what qualifies as a first-time home buyer. You wouldn't have owned a home in the last 3 years, and there are income limitations in Denver and surrounding counties, so high-cost areas of $168,120. But the other thing to understand is that these are really targeting typical first-time home buyers. So those with low down payments, maybe not stellar credit scores, and it really helps improve the interest rate. If you're knocking it out of the park with an 800 credit score and you're fortunate enough to put over 20% down, there really isn't that big of a difference here, and so that's always somewhat of a surprise. But it can be really helpful. The key, is if you're buying a condo, you're putting 3% down, and your credit isn't great, it's going to have a huge benefit for you. So anyway, happy to look into those for you. I hope you have a great weekend. Just reach out if I can be of any help.